There are ups and downs in life. You never know what's going to happen in life, as the phrase says. A series of unfortunate events follow one another and difficult times abound. But a small matter can cause life to shift drastically very soon. I'm Luke Smith, and I work in an office like everyone else. Every day I commute by train, yet I couldn't help but feel depressed. This is due to the fact that my business is a modest branch office with its main office located in a desirable part of downtown New York. A new employee from the headquarters is moving into my office as of right now. This guy is notorious for causing a lot of issues at headquarters, but since he is the CEO's relative and cannot be fired, he was unwillingly transferred, more like demoted, really, to our branch. The news that such a troublesome child will be placed under my department's supervision would be enough to depress anyone. I've led teams before, and I can attest to how difficult it is to get things done when there's a disruptive employee. All I can hope is that he's not on my team. That being said, I am also on a packed train today. I mean, it's better than being crammed in like sardines, I suppose. I kept looking at the throng of passengers who were riding the train as I was pondering this. I looked at a certain woman abruptly. She wore a checkered miniskirt and had long light brown hair and slightly heavy makeup. Is she a college student? Perhaps. She appeared to be a young woman, but her back had a big bear keychain that got tangled in the hem of her miniskirt. You could see quite a bit, that is to say, the pink item with the bear keychain was visible, and the skirt was no longer serving its purpose. She must be a true bear lover. No, that's clearly not good. Several passengers noticed, as one would anticipate, but none dared to say anything. Given that men make up the majority of the passengers, that makes sense. She is surrounded by ladies, but not many of them. If they are too preoccupied with their books or cell phones to notice. To abruptly inform a woman you don't know that her skirt is up would require a lot of guts. How awful is this? Oh boy. Indeed, when I looked about, isn't that kind of an odd situation? She is smiling at two lads who look like they are in high school. She is unaware and lost in her own world, absorbed on her phone. Boys in high school, who are going through a delicate period in their lives and are still adjusting to social conventions, make mistakes frequently. I could not look away from the fact that one of the males was pointing his cell phone at her. If I approached the high school boys, though, I might draw unwarranted attention. I hastily removed my jacket and slung it over her shoulders since I wanted to settle this amicably. It almost covers the vital bits, since I am taller. Astonished, the woman exclaimed, "What? Who?" Being gawked at by an unfamiliar person and having a jacket pulled over you is a normal reaction. "Your skirt is up," I whispered to her, and I thought, "You're going to have a hard time fixing this." Her face flushed as she finally realized what was going on. Oh my, how embarrassing is that? Well, I'll take care of it at the next stop. How much did you see? Wait. She was terrified. I got off the train with her at the next station, thinking this was not going well. I had no choice but to give up as I needed my jacket back, and she felt uncomfortable. Wow, thank you so much. You're quite attractive. I would like to express my gratitude. Could you please provide your phone number? Though, upon seeing her miniskirt, I had assumed as much, this woman was a bit of a flight attendant. I was astonished by how strong she came on, but I had a meeting this morning. I knew I was late when I looked at the clock. I gave her my business card and said, here, since I had to get to work as soon as possible. My business card is this one. Please don't hesitate to thank me and get in touch with me there if you need anything. The express train had just pulled into the station, so I boarded it. When I did get to work, I arrived at the meeting late, as was to be expected. The manager called me into the meeting room, despite the fact that I had informed them beforehand. "Luke, it's fine that you helped someone and were late, but bringing the wrong documents to a meeting is not okay." "Yes, I'm sorry. I was running late, and in my hurry, I picked up the wrong papers." I ended up embarrassing myself in the meeting as a result. Although I was relieved that I wasn't the only one feeling ashamed, restless conduct is generally bad for a member of society. My department manager remarked. Well, what's done is done, while I was apologizing. Take steps to ensure that doesn't occur again. Let's get to the actual problem at hand. My manager gave me a piece of paper after saying that. Being a compassionate man, he rarely calls me into his office in this manner, so clearly something important has happened. I took the paper he handed me and started to read. What's this? I really apologize for this. I want you to start training the new hire today, my manager stated, his expression contorted. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you telling the truth? I'm required to mentor the new hire, who is the CEO's relative who was unmanageable at headquarters. Why me? I inquired. Well, the thing is, the headquarters specifically requested you today. What did he explain? I let out an almost scream. I don't often visit the headquarters, and I haven't done anything special to make the HR department there remember me. Why, I had no accomplishments. Was I chosen? Just as I was going crazy over this perplexing circumstance, boom. The department manager's irate subordinate burst through the door of the conference room. He cried out, Sir, we've got a serious problem. What's happening? I'm currently having a meeting with Luke, the manager answered. It has to do with the recent hire. The CEO of the main office would like to meet with you. Luke, how come? The manager let out a startled cry this time. What had he just said, while I was still trying to process what was happening? I was aware that a new hire would arrive, but the CEO as well. What in the world is going on? We shared a quick look and quickly made our way from the conference room to the reception area, understanding that we couldn't hold the CEO back. And we caught sight of her there. Hey, that's you from before. Hello there, she said. Sitting next to the CEO was the woman I'd assisted on the train. Oh, please, let me off the leash. How in the world is this happening? I pulled my head out of the clouds because I was on the verge of going crazy. It turns out that the woman I assisted today is the CEO's daughter. Her name is Anna Ashton. However, it seems that she has been a bit of a wild child and has struggled to stay with any firm that she has joined. She still struggles to maintain a job since she hasn't been able to break those unhealthy behaviors. She was employed by the CEO as an assistant, but he came under fire from within for being overly forgiving of his relative. Thus, in order to provide her more practical experience, the CEO chose to move her to a branch office. I've heard that today on the train. You assisted my daughter. The CEO bowed to me and said, As a parent, I appreciate you. I was sweating a lot for a completely other cause after reading this. However, I also discovered why I had been selected. I was in a rush, so Anna didn't realize we worked for the same company until I gave her my business card. She then texted the CEO a picture she had taken of the card. They trusted me with their daughter because, based on their conversation with HR, they believed that, as a team leader, I had some expertise with employee development. To put it another way, this unanticipated circumstance resulted from my act of charity. It's possible that the CEO wants me to raise his daughter so I can get promoted later. However, in my opinion, I've recently been given a challenging new hire. How should I proceed? However, I was at a loss for what to do. I had no alternative but to drop my head when Anna welcomed me with a joyful, "Nice to meet you, Lukey," displaying zero professionalism. And that's when my days started getting incredibly busy. Even the boss appeared to know that this was going to be a difficult task and instructed me to provide non-urgent chores to others while I concentrated on training Anna for a while. I was supposed to have some time because of that. That, however, did not occur. Anna, what on earth are you doing? What are you trying to say? All I want is food. I had to sigh at the image of Anna viewing the training video while nibbling on a piece of chocolate. It's okay if she's hungry, but at least she could eat out of sight. Is she really so stupid? However, it wasn't the case. Despite her lack of social graces, Anna is not a moron. She demonstrated this by being able to recall basic instructions after only one demonstration. Hey, Lukey. I completed entering the data after the additional information arrived. What? Already? You move quickly. Yes, she is. Anna works with amazing efficiency. She rarely makes mistakes and goes above and above what is asked of her. She could easily make ends meet at our central office with this amount of work, but her other troublesome behaviors utterly overshadow it. What a waste it is. She just marginally improves and finally falls back into her old habits despite my repeated cautions. I'm still called Lukey by her. I was at my wit's end after 2 months of training her. Still, I made a commitment to try my hardest to turn her into a capable employee. That day was. What should I do? Lukey's troubled. I was in the break room contemplating when Anna appeared out of nowhere. We have been collaborating for 3 months now. She's competent enough to handle her work by herself now. She still behaves problematically, so I have to watch out for her, but because it's break, I won't bother her. Oh, not at all. Just a few private matters. But even Lukey has worries. How do you perceive me? My mother's birthday is approaching. I have no idea what to gift her. Yes, my mom's birthday is coming up, but I have no idea what to do. Since I'm single, I have no idea what women want to wear. Are you close to your mom? Anna said, tilting her head in response to what I had just spoken. I suppose so. She has always been the kind person. How so? What are you trying to say? Well, Mom always remembered to bring my lunch, even when she was really busy. My mom took care of everything at home, while my dad was frequently gone on business trips. My mother's greatness became evident to me after I moved out on my own and discovered how difficult housework is. I'm trying to decide what to get her for her birthday, but I'd like to commemorate her birthday somehow. Yeah, I understand. I ought to ask Anna. She appears to be more knowledgeable of the tastes and fashions of women. I was about to question her when I suddenly stopped talking. Anna, who is usually really happy, appeared really depressed. Anna, what's wrong? I apologize. My mother doesn't exist. That's the reason I envy your issue. When Anna stated that, she faked a smile, but it vanished fast, and she looked down, looking unhappy once more. The sight of Anna, who I had never seen before, surprised me. She appeared very isolated. I was unable to part from her. Anna, you don't always have to push yourself to smile. You genuinely have to force a smile. You can chat to someone about your problems. I am your trainer, after all. Yes, it is correct. Even at work, Anna rarely expresses her worries. She keeps her anxieties to herself. I was concerned that she might be going too far. You're the first person to say that to me, Anna remarked, widening her eyes in astonishment, and started telling me a story. It told the tale of Anna's earlier years. You know, when I was little, my mom died in an accident. My dad simply lost himself in his work after that, putting me in the hands of a maid. I stared into the distance with her, sharing her gaze. The maid reared me essentially. I'm appreciative of her. I mean, she was paid to look after me, so I guess I am. Thus, I can't help but question whether unconditional love actually exists. Well, I guess that now that I'm an adult, it doesn't really matter. With a laugh, she stated. As I watched her, a thought started to come to me. Perhaps Anna had not received much love as a child. Knowing this, Anna's father, the CEO, couldn't bear to let her go and decided to keep her working for the company. Her actions started to make more sense as she came to that realization. Actually, Anna's bad behavior is limited to people in the workplace who are close to her. She would always be early when there was a business deal, but she sometimes arrived late. She played a lot with me and her close friends, but she was silent around individuals in other areas. Was this how she interacted, I wondered? Creating mischief to capture her father's attention. Is it possible she grew up not comprehending the wrongness of it? Scolding her would not change her conduct because of this. Not because she didn't want to change, but rather because she might not have known how to communicate in a different way. Anna, you're talented, I said. It's time for you to stop engaging in these harmful habits. Luke, you sure do stick with it. It seems like I've improved recently, don't I? Don't sidestep the subject. If you keep doing this, you'll eventually be left behind. That's strange. No one's watching me, so there's nothing to abandon. Anna shot back with a serious expression and a monotone voice, as though she had given up. This, I suppose, was the real her. Nobody notices the real you. It appears that she thinks so. This strange side of Anna astonished me a little, but I couldn't resist. She was in error. I'll disprove your assertions. I said, follow me, taking Anna by the arm and guiding her to a specific location. She was astonished, but obeyed dutifully. I led her to the office floor where we always worked and said, this is the place. While on break, everyone was talking to each other. I gently cracked open the door a little, letting Anna see what was within. Whoa! Was this document created by Anna? If she hadn't encountered those issues, she was so talented that she could have succeeded at headquarters. I understand, correct? How wasteful. There, among people Anna didn't really know well, everyone was complimenting her. No way. Anna watched the spectacle play out, her eyes growing wide. That is the process, correct? They're observing her work, but they're not the ones she's attempting to attract attention from. I take it that you get it. You no longer need to worry about being recognized since we are seeing you. I'm one of those people, Anna, who sees you without you having to try. I stated this while giving Anna's head a gentle pat and watching her cry silently. Anna's bad conduct significantly decreased after that day. She now takes her work seriously and always arrives on time. That's excellent that there have been adjustments, but there is one small catch. Luke, today's the day you're going to be my boyfriend. I got into this crazy position where Anna tells me she loves me every day for some reason. After our conversation, it looks that Anna really started to trust me, and she began to ask me questions about a variety of topics. She consequently grew rather attached to me, and now tells me she loves me every day. But I had to decline her request. There are lots of wonderful males out there for her, and she's still young. She just seems unable to give up, though. She has been making constant approaches to me for the past 2 weeks. Seeing her make such strong appeals, my feelings were shifting. All right, let's leave. Anna, I believe I've fallen in love. I'm going to be your girlfriend today. Huh. I said just that. All right. Anna's face lit up brilliant crimson in response. She didn't seem to be anticipating the go-ahead, but the next thing I know, she was tearing up and giving me a strong hug while exclaiming, I did it. I'll put forth a lot of effort. I'll develop into a lady deserving of you. Luke, come live with me always. Hey, all right. This is our office. That's how our dating journey began. However, there are a lot of issues between us. An unpleasant tension exists between Anna's father and her. No, he's a father who thanks me for helping his daughter, so there must be some misunderstanding. I went to Anna's house first to make sure we were on the same page. The CEO, of course, shot me a very cold look. I was getting engaged with his daughter, whom he entrusted to me. Anna was the one who was most taken aback by this response. She believed her father was uninterested in her. And this was the beginning of the big problems. While it was good that her father was showing her compassion, he was against our marriage. They got into a heated argument, but it seemed to be a release for their frustrations. You always work and don't give me any attention. Now stop acting like a father. Your father is me. I've been concerned for you. Well, it's too late to worry now. Stupidly, after much argumentation, they had a heart-to-heart conversation. The CEO, my father-in-law, did not know how to handle his adult daughter. He pulled away from her out of fear of injuring her. This simply made it harder for him to talk to her, and he started to worry about other things. Anna understood that her father was upset with her and that she was adored. The two of them finally reconciled. Our marriage was duly approved, and we proceeded to meet my parents. Anna was anxious since she had never had a mother. However, my mother remarked, I'm happy to become your mother, after learning about the circumstances. This moved Anna so much that she began to cry. Furthermore, My mother cooked us dinner, which touched Anna so deeply that she asked my mother to teach her how to cook after saying, "I want to cook this too." They are now the closest of friends. We joyfully got married and became a wonderful family with 3 children after receiving clearance from both families. I've seen my father-in-law at work, but he's so enamored with his grandchild that his severe demeanor has vanished. Despite her amazement at seeing my father-in-law for the first time, Anna remarked, "It feels like we've finally become a family. I'm overjoyed." That's a good thing, I suppose. Anna's pregnancy prevented us from having a wedding, but I hope to see her look beautiful in a wedding gown someday. We carry on living a happy life with those thoughts every day. How was today's story for you? It will inspire me to create more stuff if you click the like and subscribe buttons. I'm excited to read your thoughts in the comments, everyone. Until the next video, see ya.